Welcome everybody. I'm Jeanette from Yoga Wisdom, and this is a 3-part, giving 3 exercises, 3 or 4 exercises every time. The aim of these exercises is to strengthen the legs. That's the main purpose, and in that we are opening up the hip flexor, finding the glute muscles, lengthening the lower back, and hugging into the leg muscles. Okay, let's go. First one. For this, we need a block. Place your feet, come to a 90-degree angle. And so this is specifically if the lower back arches, the knees also tend to want to be in a different place. If the lower back's too rounded, or you just tend to kind of like drop the knees in, we're going to activate the glutes to find the correct alignment of knees to hip, knees to feet. Okay, but for this one, take the feet wider than the knees, the block between the thighs, and drop the lower back into the ground. First one, start with squeezing the block. Then push your feet into the wall, relax your ribs, and you should feel quite a pelvis activation. And the thighs pressing away from you. This releases the hip flexor muscle. You can feel that by palpating between your thigh and your hip bone, and feel this muscle is soft. Now we're going to add a little awareness of getting the glutes. Now if you take your hands and just feel where your hamstring meets your glute muscle, it's probably going to be a little bit jello. Now hug and lift the pelvic floor muscles even more. Squeeze the block, push your feet into the wall, and try and, as it kind of like an outer rotation, pulling the heels towards each other slightly will do the trick. And hold that, relax. Hold it and relax. You'll hold it for about 30 seconds. Keep pressing. Drop the ribs. Squeeze the knees. "30 seconds for me, I've timed it, is about 9 breaths. So you might want to just take it for 10 breaths each position and then release. Do that 3 times. Relax. Again, you're going to find your tummy coming down, ribs coming down. Your brick, squeeze it, and then push your feet into the wall and squeeze the buttocks. Relax the shoulders. Try and find the pelvic floor muscles and the lower glute muscles. Upper abs, lower abs. Good, relax. Do that one more time. Squeeze the block, push the feet, find the pelvic floor, find the glutes, hold it, relax the ribs, relax the shoulders, squeeze. Exhale, gently relax, release, and take the feet off the wall, relax. Next one, we're going to now stretch the hip flexor. Take the block, placing it underneath your hip. So we can start with very low. As your hip gets more flexible, you can start to lift it higher and higher. The danger of that is that you try and compensate by bending the back. The whole purpose of this is that you're learning to open the front of your body and lengthening the back of your body. So don't think you're doing a good job if your chest is popping. Drop it down. Feel that your lower tummy muscles are coming up. And even that might be very relaxing, very good to do. Now, slowly straighten out one leg. And you try and open up the groin. Now, you might find that you can't get the knee straight completely. Especially if you get the knee straight, the pelvis has to turn. So don't let the pelvis turn. It stays, hip bones towards you, tummy down. Then you'll do the other leg. Hold the tummy down as you straighten the leg. There you'll also find the glute muscles activating. Lower tummy, glute. And shoulders relax, ribs relax. Then if that's okay, start working maybe on day 3 or 4, start working on 2 legs. And there you're pulling, it's like you're pulling on your pants, you're pulling on your skinnies and you pull. And you're pulling the legs this way so that you're elongating the lower back. Again, that might only be with knees a little bit bent still. And you keep lifting the pelvic floor muscles here. Last exercise to strengthen your inner thigh. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Stand with your feet wide. Now I'm going to suggest to you to start with bent knees, because quite common, just like when we had the lower back on the brick, the pelvis is in this position. Now when we come standing, we're stretching up straight, and we might do that with the pelvis. We want the pelvis underneath, we want the knees facing forward. So to do that very safely, if you bend your knees, it will be like that. So I'm going to suggest you to bend your knees slightly. The feet are parallel, as wide as you can feel very comfortable. Lift the hip bones, relax the rib cage, and feel that you can push your feet into the ground and feel the lift in the inner thigh. Bend the knees slightly, still activating the inner thigh. Turn your foot to the right or to left. Go to the one side first, knees are just slightly bent. Lift the tummy, feel the lift, feel the openness, and then reach out. So yeah, we're stretching, just aiming for that in the inner thigh. Take the hand down wherever it is. Don't lean, keep pressing down onto that foot. Hold it for about 15 seconds, or maybe you want to do 5 breaths. We do the other side. Bend, lift the hip bones, coccyx long, lower glute activating, and reaching to the side. And again, open and rotate. You can look down to check that your knee is over the second toe. Don't let it roll in. And also feel that you're on both your big toe mounds and pressing on the 2 big toe mounds, but as well as on the 2 little toe sides of your feet. Then after the triangle pose, I want to add in a Virabhadrasana. That will help to strengthen the thigh. Also, I think we less tend to stick the bum out on Virabhadrasana 2, on the warrior pose 2. So if your triangle pose is quite small, make it a little bit wider for Virabhadrasana. Turn the right foot out and lift the hip bones. So there I would suggest, again, you can bend quite well. This one is going to bend to 90 if possible. So this one can stay bent, because then I can feel my big toe, I can feel my little toe, I can feel this hip opening as well, not falling in and lifting up in my pelvic floor. Then exhale and bend into your right leg. Now this is what I want you to experience. Check that your knee's over the second toe and keep lifting in the hip bone. Breathe. This is a good challenge. Keep breathing. It's 9 breaths. Or you can build up towards 9. First day maybe less. Pause the video and repeat on the other side. Okay. Repeat on the other side. Turn the left foot. Lift the hip bones. Have both knees bent. And then keep both heels pulling up. Inner thighs coming up into the center line. I'm bending. You can even do that without arms if you want to. I really want the focus on the legs. Press down through the heels. As you press down, feel the hip bones lift. It's like you're pressing like that. Even add the hands going. And then the arms can float up. It's really working in the legs. Good. Keep extending and expanding into that. Really, really good for the legs. Thank you for watching.